Picture a fragrance pyramid. At the bottom, the F tier. Fragrances being actively gnawed on by raccoons and completely forgotten to time. Sad. At the top, the S tier, hovering above everything, bathed, cloaked in holy lights, surrounded by biblically accurate angels chanting in C major. Beautiful. Hey friends, Ash here, welcome back to Gents. Today we are talking about those blessed fragrances, the S tier. All killer, no filler. All of them are linked in the description below, and we begin with the only one that I can begin with, Dior Homme Intense. Yes, I know that Dior Homme Intense's days are behind it, and for that matter, Dior Homme Original, as the line used to be known, is also changed forever. Dior Homme 2020, the new Dior Homme Sport, the new Dior Homme Parfum. At some point, I guess we need to stop calling them the new Dior Hommes and just realize that that's just what they are now. But I'm not giving up on that just yet, so we're gonna be talking about this for now. This is one of the ultimate masterpieces of freaking iris in designers. Look, if you like iris, like I like iris, you have to own this. In fact, I own multiple bottles of this. At one point in time, I actually had way too many, and I gave a little bit away because it was kind of absurd. But this stuff is absolutely magical. It does have that kind of creamy, lipsticky, makeup-y sort of iris scent profile. So again, if you're not a big fan of iris, especially that kind, you're not gonna enjoy this one. But if you do like that, it's the best. You also have ambrette in here, a little bit of woodiness as well, and a touch of lavender. So it's got a nice little clean aspect. Really, really leans more as like a formal kind of scent. Fall, winter, evenings. Easy S tier. All right, that's really the only one I got for you. Oh, there's more. Oh. Let's go very different with the next one. This is a little bit more of a higher end designer fragrance. The next one, a cheap designer fragrance. It is this, Roberto Cavalli Uomo Parfum. Now quick shout out to Roberto Cavalli. Let's hear it for Cavalli. Yeah, okay, go away. Cavalli has put out a lot of scents that are absolutely fantastic, and then they were like, discontinue them. You know, like this one, or this one, or this one, or this one. They've got a habit. And unfortunately, those over there you can't really find unless you want to pay a whole lot of money at eBay or Amazon or from some dude selling fake fragrances on your local street corner. Don't trust that guy. All I'm saying is if you see a merchant that looks like the merchant from Resident Evil 4, maybe shop elsewhere. That's all I'm saying. This one at discounters, the new, I guess we'll call it everything new, the new Cavalli Uomo Parfum you can find for like 30 bucks. This stuff smells amazing for the price. So it has honey in here, has some woodiness, a little bit of a floral aspect, really high quality, high class, more of a fall winter time scent, another one that's kind of more of an evening scent. Again, I can't say this enough just as far as like how it smells to me, absolutely fantastic for 30 bucks or less. Cavalli, guys, I wish all the success in the world for you. You've put out some amazing fragrances. I wish they sold better, but you know, it's just one of those brands, if you know, you know. And there are people out there with these ones right here who know what I'm talking about because you can't find this stuff now. I did like the older bottles though. This one's kind of lame. The other one's better. The next scent to grace our presence is this one, Born in Roma Intense. This is my favorite from the Born in Roma lineup. It has some other solid fragrances in there, right? But Born in Roma Intense, this stuff just absolutely crushes. Performance, yeah, it's got that. Does it smell amazing up close? Yes. In the air? Also yes. Perfect combination of just like a Street Fighter. Perfect. If you've ever played, yeah.
You win. Perfect.
Sweet, but fresh, lavender, little touch of woodiness, vanilla, all you need to know. Huge compliment puller, love this stuff, wear it constantly. A cologne fragrance up next. This one is Zenith Tobacco by French Avenue. And this is a newer pickup actually. I've not had this one all that long. Presentation, you know, it's fine, it's nice. Not anything too crazy flashy compared to a lot of cologne fragrances out there. And I will say there's this always ever-going debate, which is apparently gonna be going on until literally the end of time, where it's like, oh, clone fragrances, they're destroying the industry. Everything around me is collapsing. And you see like arguments back and forth all the time where it's like, yes, they are, no, they're not. Yes, they are, no, they're not. My point of view is that at this point, a lot of perfumers are signing off on clone fragrance brands. Like they're making fragrances for them and releasing it under their own name. That's just going to increase. You're gonna see that more and more and more. So that's gonna be something that you see just constantly as time goes on. Big name perfumer releasing stuff under whoever. I feel like it's a little bit disingenuous to go like, hey, you like fragrances? Yeah. Okay, cool. You should be buying only this super expensive stuff that you can't really afford. You should go into debt for that. That'd be cool. And then if they don't go along with that, you say, oh, well, you suck. You're bad. Get out. Nah, there's something for everybody, man. Designers, niche, clone, indie, whatever you like, get into that, but don't yuck other people's yum. So this right here, this is a clone of Tobacco by Dior, and it is so stupid good. It's really close. You get that wonderful kind of stone fruit sweetness, that pipe tobacco kind of aspect. Amazing for fall and winter time, just top-notch quality. I'm gonna throw it back just a little bit with this one, CH Men by Carolina Herrera. This is one of those fragrances, and I've talked about this before a little bit, where if you don't wear it or don't smell it for a while, you kind of forget just how good this stuff is. It still works, baby. It smells good. And this is one of those ones as well where I have multiple bottles. Let me actually go check. Yeah, I've got this one also, and then I have another one that's an even larger size, which is it's kind of overkill. Yeah, the other one has a gold instead of silver where it says CH. I say that just to say it's one of those fragrances where I have bought backups just in case. It's a sweet leather fragrance at the end of the day, a little bit sugary, actually has a grassy aspect off the top, which helps give it a unique flair, but it doesn't come across like a nose-tickling herbal kind of grassiness. It keeps things very, as I said, sweet, approachable, and sexy. Also, just gonna throw this out there to clone brands. If anybody watching this is associated with a clone brand, clone CH Privé. Just throwing it out there, okay? Oh, and Aqua Atlantique. Or just let me run your discontinued fragrances division. That's not a thing, make it a thing. Insert me, and I will immediately hit up everyone in the audience. We will compile information, bring back everything from the dead. Like this. Lattafa's Caprice, En Achama Caprice, which is a clone of Bleu Electrique, La Nuit de l'Homme Bleu Electrique, which will forever be burned into my brain as the what the F just happened release. Felt like the best thing they had done in years in the L'Homme or La Nuit de l'Homme line. Everybody around was like, this is awesome. And YSL went, you know, actually, we decided that we hate the La Nuit de l'Homme and L'Homme line. Kill it. Now, we haven't gotten anything new in years, so great. Very excited about that. It's very cool. I like that, yeah. So this is gonna get you similar to Bleu Electrique. Bleu Electrique basically taking that La Nuit de l'Homme sexy scent profile, that kind of cardamom and warm, sweet spiciness, and then saying, you know what if we turn that on its head, freshened it up a little bit, made it more like a modern blue fragrance, which is kind of a cool idea. And it worked. It worked. It smelled great. It just wasn't around for long, at least in the US. And this, you know, it's cheap, it's affordable, gets you most of the way there. So Bleu Electrique, back from the dead, in a way. Now we have some absolute killers coming up, but before that, some absolute killer codes. Yes, these will save you money. Great. Get those crappy fragrances out of here. Gift Express, 15% off. If you spend $400, that's a lot, but if you do, 15% off. If you spend under that, 10% off. And then you have all the other codes, as you see, and those will save you money as well. The next fragrance is this, Lalique Encre Noir All Extreme. Now I gotta throw it out there. This is not gonna be for you younger guys out there for the most part, because it is not, you know, a super sweet, playful, kind of energetic fragrance. This one is deep and rich, like halfway to the center of the earth, deep and rich. And yet when I smell it, everything makes sense. Look, big dogs, this is inexpensive. It's sub 30 bucks. Real dirt cheap. For the most part though, that's just how Lalique rolls. Yeah, Lalique at discounters, is not pricey. In terms of notes, you've got vetiver in here, you have cypress, elemi, sandalwood, benzoin, patchouli, also incense. So you can take a look at that and know right away that it's gonna be a little bit dark, woodsy, resinous, a little green, aromatic, but in a, again, deeper sort of way. Nice depth, complexity, body to the scent profile. Great longevity as well, sticks around. It's fall and winter time, more of an evening scent, but it is one of those fragrances where you have to appreciate the quality. I'm not saying you gotta like it, okay? I'm not saying that. But if you get this for like $25 and you spray it on a tester strip or on your skin or whatever, and you smell it and you go, oh, this quality is garbage, it's trash, then I'm sorry, I will have to be like, your opinion, it's invalid. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to hand over that opinion card and it's getting thrown out. I'm sorry, bud. Now you are allowed to say, I hate it, it sucks, I don't like how it smells, but the quality for the price. What a great argument. Let's go Eau Fraiche next. Versace Man Eau Fraiche. Not to be confused with the new Man Eau Fraiche Extreme, which is its own thing. Let's keep it positive here, guys. It's got a blue bottle. Eau Fraiche Extreme I'm talking about. It's not that it smells completely awful. It's just very forgettable. The original Eau Fraiche, though, much more memorable. Tropically sweet, the star fruit, juicy, attention-grabbing, fresh, airy, like clouds mixed with tropical juice. Put it on me. Don't actually do that. It's a little bit similar to Light Blue for Women, Dolce & Gabbana, just a little more masculine, hence the Man Eau Fraiche-ness. Huge compliment puller, another one that's really affordable. And this is one of those ones that's kind of stood the test of time, you know? It still sells really well, still easy to wear, and it's one that years and years back, I very much enjoyed. And then for a little while, I kind of was like, okay, I'm over Eau Fraiche. Yeah, I don't care anymore. And then I wrapped right back around to liking it again. So gotta throw that in here as well. Next up, Jungle by Kenzo. Another one that's very inexpensive, like 32 bucks or so at discounters. And this is one that they've changed a few times as far as like the presentation style and stuff like that. So depending on how old your bottle is that you get or that you're looking at or that you have or whatever, could look the same as this, could look a little different. In terms of notes, it has a much more robust note breakdown than more typical fragrances nowadays. It has lime, bergamot, cinnamon, lemon, nutmeg, pepper, cardamom, carnation, guaiac wood, cedar, sandalwood, vetiver, and benzoin, along with some extra notes as well. And this one gives me those 90s throwback vibes for sure. So again, this is not gonna be one for somebody 16, 17, 18. They're not gonna probably really appreciate this as much. Great, spicy, woodsy fragrance with some clean citrus in there. Not overly sweet at all. And it actually feels like, just in terms of how it's composed, that you could have slot this in with some Gucci fragrances from yesteryear. So like Gucci Rush, Gucci Envy. It feels like it fits in that family style. It doesn't smell the same as either of those, but it could remind you of them just in the way that it's composed. So one of those things where they're like all hanging out at the bar together, right? They're part of a friend group. Clone fragrance, it is Torino 2021 by Montagne. Just keeps getting better and better and better. So this is Torino 21. Very obviously. Mint, lemon, basil, musk. That's what it says right there on the front of the bottle. Montagne makes some of the absolute best clone fragrances out there, period. I get it that the bottles are not exactly attention grabbing. They blend in, but the stuff that they throw in there, it is stupid good. And some of them have gotten just absolutely fantastic. The other day, I busted out Wajan, spelled W-A-J-A-N by Montagne, and it has gotten so good. Now, this one was always good right from the rip, but it smells even better now. Obviously very green, sweet, fresh, clean, classy, fantastic. Armani Code Eau de Parfum, S tier, of course. Now, this is the Rigamarude Code Eau de Parfum, the one where they just kind of kicked the other one to the curb. Yeah, it was very brutal. Kind of basically kicked the bottle out. You know, they were on the riding lawnmower. They pulled a Sinister. If you've ever seen that movie, they just ran right over the old Code EDP and just, oh man. And then this one came out and they pretended that the old one never even existed to begin with. Armani's like, wait, what? The old code EDP and the old bottle? Man, yeah. Oh, yeah, what did happen to that? I don't know. Was that even, did that even? No, I don't think that existed. It's just been this one. Right? Sure, Armani. So yeah, they killed the old one. They threw a fragrance into this with a new fragrance on the inside and then a new bottle on the outside. Kind of a talented Mr. Ripley type deal. All of that is just to say, if you have smelled or owned the old Code Eau de Parfum, it is not the same as this one. This actually smells similar to Code Profumo with a little bit of a twist. Nice zingy spiciness, very sweet, a little carbonated almost when you spray it on, effervescent to an extent. Amazing scent for fall and winter time. And while I hate that, you know, the original Code Eau de Parfum basically had to be done away with for this to come out, I do really enjoy it. I also really enjoy this. This is Guerlain L'Homme Ideal Extreme. L'Homme Ideal, where are you? They had one that came out last year, 2024. This year, nothing yet. We will see. Not looking good, but hopefully we do get a new one and it's not a killed line, knock on wood. So this one, almond, plum, tobacco, a little bit of pink pepper as well, leather, cinnamon, patchouli, cedar, all of those coming together perfectly in the scent. Great performance, a little bit like sticky sweet pipe tobacco with that creamy almond that works through, ties it in with the other L'Homme Ideal fragrances. The plum and cinnamon, just magnetic, the way that it works together. Deep, rich, like a rolling sort of pipe tobacco pop that just kind of hits your nose and just draws you in closer. Fantastic stuff. Citrus. Next up, Neroli Amara by Van Cleef and Arpels. I like Van Cleef and Arpels. I did love Midnight in Paris, especially when it was like $15. That didn't hurt. But they have all but basically abandoned at this point more mainline designer fragrances, for better or worse. For worse. So as I said, citrus and neroli, that's what you've got going on here. You have a boatload of different citruses coming together off the top. Bergamot, orange, lemon, also pear, orange blossom, musk, and pink pepper as well. It's a fragrance that is perfectly unisex. Anybody can wear it. It is that type of almost pillowy, sweet white florals. Not the type of white floral that runs, you know, indolic or animalic or anything like that. It keeps things very wearable, very approachable. A nice classiness to it as well. Great vacation fragrance or anytime fragrance in spring and summer. Also citrusy, Turathi Blue, only this one is noticeably cheaper. This one has citrus, musk, amber, and is a clone of Bulgari Tiger, and considered by a lot of people to be the definitive inexpensive Bulgari Tiger alternative. Great longevity, especially for a citrus-forward fragrance. Projection pretty good as well. Smooth, lightly fizzy, sweet, with a clean, poppy white musk underneath that kind of helps elevate that citrus off the top, gives it a little bit more, push, a little more depth, a little more texture. Just a wonderful cheap fragrance, one of the best on the market. We will finish off with Luna Rossa Black. So I brought up Van Cleef and Arpels. Brought up Midnight in Paris. Well, this one right here has a little bit of that Midnight in Paris to it. Luna Rossa Black, very Tonka forward, a little bit rubbery in how it comes across, but in an appealing way. Not in a BDSM kind of rubbery latex, no, in a very sweet, appealing, lightly powdery, mysterious kind of fall evening way. A little bit of aromatics in there as well, angelica along the edges. Stuff smells absolutely amazing. And this is easily S tier. And there we go. Fragrances that are at the top. A bunch of different ones, a bunch of different styles, a bunch of different scent profiles, but all of these do what they do exceptionally well. Let me know what is in your S tier, the pinnacle, the peak. Thank you for hanging with me. Stay safe out there, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you tomorrow with another fragrance video. See you guys.